Hey everyone, it's Melissa from Being the Bear Backyard Homestead here in the Central Valley of California, Zone 9B. Um, Hi, I'm sorry I missed June. It was just really busy and really hot, and just everything, was really overwhelming. So I skipped last month, but I'm here at the end of July to show you what's going on in the garden. It's been really hot. We've had a very hot July. I mean, it's typically pretty hot here, but this summer or this July has been extremely hot, and I think today we are only going to be in the mid 90s, which will be great because we've been like 114, 111 consistently all month. And what is really weird, because we're normally pretty warm in the summertime here, but what's really weird is that our nights have been really warm as well. We've been in the like high 70s, 80s, so there's really not like a lot of relief at night. And you'll see the garden is really struggling. Things are getting, sunburnt basically. And so we're still producing, still doing well, but a lot of the trees are kind of sad right now. So anyways, I'll go ahead and turn you around, show you what's going on. So these 3 blackberries are blackberries that I planted. This one actually produced a little bit of fruit. I didn't pick any of it. I just let it, go and dry up. And hopefully next year these 3 will be doing really good. But these are blackberry that I cut off the shoots and stuff, and I propagated them, kept them alive all winter, and then I've been able to give some away, and then I planted these 3 so that we'll have more blackberries next year. So as you can see, everything is just crazy. Sunflowers are everywhere. My corn has dried up. I did get some corn for the 4th of July, and I have some in the freezer, and it's okay. It's not the best. I definitely have learned more about growing corn and what I need to do better next year. So also we have some okra doing really well, and my birdhouse gourds, it got really hot and the birdhouse gourd was not a fan, and so it would put off flowers, but and then like little fruits, but it was just too hot, and as much as I tried to water, it just died back. So I'm hoping that it might start cooling down a little bit, or at least not as many consecutive days over 100 would be wonderful. Or 100-degree days that are only like in the low hundreds, not 105 plus, which is where we've been most of July. Here's an echinacea. Here are my snapdragons. They're doing really well. There's still some flowers on there, so doing good. Over here I have a goji berry that I grew from seed. It's doing really well. There's one back here, but you can't really see it. My elderberries have died. It's just too hot. It's too much. But here's another goji berry right there. I think that's the black one. This one over here is a red one. And so I'm just watering every day, keeping them alive. As you can see, I got yarrow. It's looking good still. The rest of this is just kind of a crazy dry mess. Here's my other goji berry, the other red one. It's looking really good. I don't know what that is. But I'm just going with it. I think it looks like it's some kind of squash, but I'm not sure. So I should do my plant ID app and see. Over here, you can see that there's some lavender in here. I still have some lavender growing, but a lot of this is just dying back. It's alyssum and it does not like the heat, as you can see. Over here, sunflowers are a mess, but the bees love it, and so that's why, and the squirrels. There's been a squirrel, especially on this one right here, that comes and takes the dried sunflower heads and like teases the dogs and runs back and forth, and they run back and forth. It's kind of funny. Anyways, so here is blackberries and raspberries. They're just crazy. I have another little raspberry growing right there. I'm excited. I need to figure out some kind of trellising system for next year, because I'm really hoping, like, we got a really good crop of blackberries. Here's the other blackberry this year. I was really happy with it, so I'm hoping that next year we can figure out a trellising and get these raspberries and blackberries really going. Here is my little blueberry. It's actually put off a lot of new growth this year. In the fall, I think we're going to transplant it over to the new area in the garden, and the other blueberry that's in here as well. Apple trees are doing good. I harvested all the ghost apples, and we're just eating through those, and hopefully Granny Smith will be given apples next year. We'll see. So this fig, this is the Cadota fig, and I finally figured it out. Yes, it is Cadota with a D. It's got a lot of fruit on it. None of it's ripe. So I'm hoping that maybe now that it's cooling down, they'll start to ripen more. We'll see. So we're coming out. Man, those chickens are so loud. You can see my raspberries back here burning up. It's just too hot. I'm actually going to start pruning them back and trying to propagate more raspberries for next year so I can give them away, maybe sell them. I'm also going to be trimming the fig back in the fall as well, and trying to propagate more, because I've actually given away 2 fig trees as well. So that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to propagate and maybe start a little business of selling plants. Who knows? This is our other fig. This is the tiger fig, and it lost all of its leaves when it was really hot. So I had to add this onto the water every day list, and so it's actually doing really good. It's actually gonna start putting off new growth. You can see there's new leaves starting, but it is producing fruit and it's ripening and it's really good. So over here you can see that this blueberry, this is the pink lemonade blueberry. It's really struggling. It's getting taken out by the raspberries. So we're definitely going to have to move it here in the fall. Here is the guava. It's doing well. Last year we didn't get any fruit, but this year we might get some fruit. It's doing really good. This is also on the water everyday list, and because they need a lot of water. They don't mind the heat so much as long as they have the water. But I counted this morning and there's 7 guavas on here, little guavas. Here's our other blackberry. It's crazy, out of control. So next we're going to go on to the other trees in the main orchard area. All right, so here is one of our cherries. It is producing new growth. It's looking good. It's a mess around here. I try my best, but anyways, here is one of our plums. I've actually gotten a lot of plums off of here, but as you can see, like, the trees are just struggling, like, with the heat. They're getting baked basically. So I water and water and water, and the sun is just relentless. But you know who loves the sun and the heat? This mission fig. It is huge. There's so many figs. John and I actually, he's on a big hiking trip this weekend. He's hiking a 14er Mount Langley, and before he left we went through and picked a bunch of figs, but there's tons more, and I have tons inside. I have some in the freezer, so I really need to get on making fig jam. But this tree is awesome. I love this tree. It's so big and beautiful. We're definitely gonna have to cut it back. Oh, I hear the squirrel. The dogs are waiting for it. They're over here waiting for it to come. Here is our lime tree, and there's lots of limes on here. And I actually had one the other day because it fell off the tree, but it was delicious. Tasted really good. Over here is our mandarin, and as you can see, it's doing pretty good. Like I said, the citrus trees, these two are not as bad. The lime and the mandarin are looking really good. The lemon and the grapefruit are really struggling. And this guy, this is our blood orange. There's no blood oranges on it, but it's definitely had a lot of growth. And so I'm hopeful for next year. We've had this issue too with our lemon tree. John was ready to pull it out, and he's been ready to pull this one out, but it's really putting on the growth. And so I'm hoping it'll start producing and do really well like the lemon tree did. You just have to give it a few years. Here is the grapefruit, and as you can see, it's got a lot of sun damage. It's just been so hot. And I think next year I'm going to try and figure out some way to shade these trees. And in the main garden, I'll show you that too. But yeah, they are actually looking a lot better. But look at that damage. That's sun damage. But there's lots of lemons, and there is quite a few grapefruit on here. John really liked the grapefruit, but yeah, you can see sunburnt. And I noticed on my neighbors over here too that some of their citrus are sunburnt as well because the heat was just relentless. So I'm going to try and figure out some way to shade these trees. One of my friends said that she was shading hers, so next year we'll figure it out. And in the main garden, pomegranate doing really well. Definitely gonna have to do some major pruning in the fall after it loses all of its leaves. So lots of weeds around here. It's just been too hot to like do anything other than just water and pick fruit. So hopefully we're on the downward. Here is the plum, that we had it. Some of the main, one of the main stems on it, or trunk of it, broke off. And so it's doing well though. I've definitely seen a lot of new growth. I've cut back a lot. I think John is gonna cut off the very top. So that we can pull the tree back and then, basically start over again. And we'll see if that helps. If not, then, we've talked about pulling it out and putting something else in. Also, here is our other cherry tree. As you can see, lots of sun damage. Yeah, it's just burning up, and no matter how much I water, it's still struggling. So I'm hoping that this heat is done or the serious heat. Like I said, I don't mind 100-degree days, but the overnights, if they could cool down and then not, consecutive days over 100. I think we've only had one day in July that it was like 99 degrees. So it wasn't over 100. And so the excessive heat is just really causing some of these trees to struggle. So anyways, now to the main garden. All right, so there's two things in here that I'm super excited about, and that is these grapes. I am so excited that we have successfully produced grapes this year. We've had these vines for about 3 or so years, and this is the first year we've gotten grapes, and we've eaten some of them, and they are delicious, and I'm so excited about this. I feel like it's like a pretty big accomplishment. I don't want to get too full of myself, but I'm pretty proud of these grapes and how delicious they are. And then another thing that I'm excited about is our sweet potatoes. I grew these from slips, and they are doing really great. There is a little bit of yellowing and, some sun damage, but other than that, they're doing really good. I water them every single day because, as you know, here in the Central Valley, we do not get any measurable rain during the summer. So I really have to keep up on the watering. And so, yeah, it's been a struggle, but we're doing good. Here is my strawberry patch. And as you can see, it's starting to go over into this bed, which I'm totally okay with. I'm totally okay if all of this is just strawberries and asparagus. So you can see my little asparagus. I'm hoping it'll just spread and we'll have asparagus and strawberries in here because they grow well together. I did have onions in here and I pulled them all out. I have a little tomato. This is a Paul Robeson that I grew from seed, and they're struggling, but it's been hot, so I'm not surprised. Here's marigold. I seriously have had the hardest time the last 3 years growing squash, summer squash, and so I replanted over here. As you can see, there's more okra. I'm just hoping that I love squash. The rest of my family not so much, but I love it. And so I'm hoping that we can get some squash before the summer is over. There's one zucchini in here, but I don't think that it was pollinated properly. And so I don't think it's gonna do anything. So I don't know, just pray for squash. Pray for okra. I like okra, the rest of my family not so much, but you know what? Food is food. And if we grow it, we're gonna eat it. Over here is the Jerusalem artichokes growing in a pot. I'm thinking for next year, I'm gonna plant some of these in one of these beds over here, and that's just gonna be my Jerusalem artichoke bed. So, anyways, more grapes. They're just so awesome. I just am so excited about the grapes. Over here, there's some in here as well. This one's not doing as well as the other one, but I'm pretty happy with the grapes this year. I have more squash trying over here. I have peas that I plant, or not peas, beans that I planted. They're kind of struggling. There's another okra in there, and then another squash over there, but it's kind of struggling. We'll see. Hopefully with these cooler temps, things will do better. I planted potatoes in this bed over here. You can kind of see where the line is. And they're red potatoes, so hopefully they'll start popping up. And I'll have to get something to cover them with when they start to sprout. Over here is my tomatoes. As you can see, they're burning up, struggling, but they are producing some fruit. So they're not as big as I would like, but they're doing well, or as well as can be expected with the heat. Here's my peppers. This is a shishito, and it does have little buds on it. I'm hoping we'll start getting some peppers soon. This one right here is cayenne. Hopefully, I grew this from seed, this one from seed. So hopefully we'll start getting some cayennes. And there's another cayenne right here. This is a serrano that I got from, I think, Tractor Supply, actually. And there's little buds on here too, so hopefully peppers will start happening. Here's another Paul Robeson that I grew from seed. I got basil going on. My sage is doing good. The sage over here is doing good. And there's also some Mexican tarragon in here. And I did have some green pepper in here as well. Like I said, everything's kind of struggling. These grapes not doing as good as the other ones. There's no grapes on these vines, but hopefully next year. Over here we have another basil, and here's a Craig's Grande jalapeno I grew from seed. I think this is another Craig's. Oh no, this is a serrano that I grew from seed. Another serrano that I grew from seed. This is a Craig's that's getting bit and chewed out by something. And then this is just another jalapeno that I got from Tractor Supply. Over here, the shining star of the tomatoes has definitely been the Sun Golds. And I have gotten quite a few paste tomatoes, but you know, they're just struggling in the heat. And but there's still some on here. I've had some, oh, see, blossom and rot. I've been struggling with this too. Just the heat. It just, I don't know. Here are my sweet peppers. That's a candy cane pepper back here. Hopefully these will get bigger. Another candy cane. This one is a mini bell. So hopefully these will start producing. These chocolate sprinkle cherry tomatoes have been really fun too. We've really enjoyed all the cherry tomatoes. Oh man, I just broke a stem, darn it. Oh well. Here's my tomatillos. They're doing pretty good. So, and then this is like a random squash that just came up. So I don't know. We'll see if anything happens. And then back here, so last year I planted spinach. It's supposed to do really well on drought and stuff, and it actually reseeded itself and is coming back. So Malabar, there it is, Malabar spinach. So that's fun. I'm excited to have that. So like I said, I'm hoping that the weather will cool down and that things will start doing better and looking better around here. You know, that's just the challenge of growing, is you can't control the weather, right? And so things happen, and all I can do is just water and manage and try my best. So anyways, I just thank you for hanging out with me on this garden tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more videos, go ahead and like and subscribe. If not, that's fine too. I'm just kind of, you know, I don't know. It's been an interesting summer so far, and we're getting ready for August. Kids are going to be going back to school soon, and just getting ready. And I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for cooler temperatures for sure. So thanks for hanging out with my crazy hair, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.